So, did black men really leave their homes for welfare? Coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense Logic Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. So, as we know, statistically speaking, the Great Society was like the neutron bomb to the black family. You know, the black family survived many things in America. You know, it survived slavery, it survived segregation, Jim Crow. You know, it survived the racist South. Everything that so many people complain about the past of America, the black family survived it because it was largely intact. But the Great Society literally destroyed the black family. We see the black family started to take a decline after the creation of the Great Society, after the welfare state. Now, one of the things that many people, or the phrases that many people say regarding this decline, was that because of the welfare, the benefits, the black man left his home, left his family, so that the woman can get the benefits of the check. Now, did this actually happen? Well, statistically speaking, I would have to say no. You know, and the reason why I have a problem with that phrase is because it implies that black men were the problem. That all of this is the fault of the black man because he left his family over benefits from the government. But statistically speaking, as I said, the evidence doesn't show this. I mean, if we look at the stats, we'll see that the decline in, the increase in out-of-wedlock birth rates actually didn't immediately happen. It basically started to gradually increase. But it didn't immediately increase because if all these men were walking away from their families, then the out-of-wedlock birth rates and the rate of single-parent households without fathers would have dramatically increased. It would have been like almost a cliff increase, a major rise had black men just walked away from their homes, walked away from their families, so that these women could get the checks. This didn't happen. If you look at the stats, the out-of-wedlock birth rates gradually increased. Okay, the marriage rates gradually decreased. So it wasn't necessarily on the men. So if it wasn't the men, then what caused the problem? Well, it was the women, actually. I mean, I can speculate on what happened based upon what the numbers say. But from what I can best see, it wasn't the men, it was the women. Now, there were two things that really kept women in line, and both of those things that basically didn't exist anymore. Number one, we had a thing called shame. You know, women were shamed away from a certain behavior. They basically, again, women have always desired the Pookies and Ray Rays, the guys with the swag. Women have always desired those men, but society would shame women away from that. And the reason why, because the reason why the older generation, especially the women, would shame women away from that behavior, because evidence showed that it led to women being single and having children, being pregnant out of wedlock. And back then, you were pregnant out of wedlock, that was the ultimate shame on a family, and they shamed that out of women. And this is why, one of the main reasons why it didn't happen. Well, third wave feminism came in and removed the shame from promiscuous behavior with this open, free love and sex. And suddenly the shame no longer existed. So now the women, because they aren't shamed away from messing with the guys with the swag, hanging on the corner with the swag, since they weren't shamed from this anymore, well, they did it. They went out there with messing with these guys, and unfortunately, the repercussions of that, women being left with children, basically having children unwed. But it wasn't the men who were already in families who just walked away from their family. Now, another problem again was the welfare state. Usually these women, of course, they would desire the bad boys, the guys with the swag, But the society would shame him into getting with good men who would take care of him. A man is not going to walk away from his family. And a man that will take a woman and create a family and take care of a household. This is something that the Pookies and Ray Rays don't do. So women were shamed to get with good men and start families. Well, because of the welfare state, women no longer had to depend upon a man. So they had a government that they could depend upon, and all their provisions were taken care of. They had housing, they would live in projects. They would have housing. They had food. Government would give them food stamps, welfare, housing. So all of their needs were taken care of. So suddenly, responsibility is out the window. When you no longer have to take responsibility for yourself and somebody else is going to care for you, then you don't have to be responsible for yourself. As so many people said, in the red pill community, you'll hear this phrase that, women stop progressing, they stop maturing when they realize that men want to have sex with them. And they start maturing again when they realize those same men no longer, they've gotten older and gotten past the wall, and the men no longer desire them the same. Well, this is much the same with the welfare. The welfare state basically gave women an out. You can have children after baby after baby after baby out of wedlock, and the government is going to give you more and more resources. So where's the incentive to not doing that? And this was where the black family got destroyed. The Great Society gave women an out, that they will be taken care of no matter what they do. There will be no repercussions of their behavior, their promiscuous behavior, and shame was going out the window. So this is the cause of the destruction of the black family, not black men walking away from their household. And a lot of the shame, we see so many in society put the shame on black men, but black men didn't do this. The good black men, that is. It was the Pookies and Ray Rays that was produced in these single parent households, which started to escalate, and we saw a sharp increase in more and more Pookies and Ray Rays, and more men leaving these women with children that are being raised by women in these single parent households. So the problem with facing the black community is all on the women. Now I ask the question is, are we going, as black people, are we going to continue to keep wasting all our time and energy crying about the white man? Or are we going to fix this problem? I say fix the problem. I'm not a victim, of course. I'm not into victimhood. I'm not into black victimhood. So of course I would say fix the problem, but of course these race hustles will keep black people stuck on stupid. Either way, it was not men walking away from their homes that caused the problem. It was the welfare state and the lack of shame of women because of third wave feminism. Anyway, y'all, this is my 2 cents on this argument, and it's best that we clear this up and not blame men for stuff that good black men didn't do. And as always, y'all, until next time.